Before forests covered the continents, before dinosaurs ruled the land, hunters were already moving beneath these waves. Their story began hundreds of millions of years ago, and remarkably, that story has never ended. Through changing oceans, shifting continents, and catastrophic extinctions, sharks endured. Their bodies were refined by one unforgiving force: survival. Every detail has a purpose, from skin engineered to reduce drag to senses capable of detecting life hidden from sight. They breathe while moving through a world where energy must never be wasted. Across the snout, electroreceptors can reveal signals produced by living muscles and beating hearts. To survive here requires more than teeth. It requires awareness. Some sharks patrol warm reefs crowded with life. Others live where the reef ends, and the world falls away beneath them. Some cross oceans with almost nothing to guide them but current, temperature, scent, and instinct. Some became legends, powerful enough to shape the fears of an entire species, our own. Evolution has produced forms so unusual that they appear almost impossible. But the deeper we travel, the stranger the rulers become. Below the reach of ordinary sunlight lies another ocean, cold, pressurized, and almost completely dark.
Here, ancient designs still patrol the seabed. Some resemble creatures pulled from another age.
Others carry adaptations so extreme that even their faces seem unfamiliar. There is no single shark. There are hundreds of solutions to the same problem: how to survive in the ocean. Predators influence where prey feeds, how animals move, and how marine communities remain balanced. They can be powerful. They can be extraordinarily fast. They can travel farther than the eye can imagine. And the largest among them can survive by feeding on some of the smallest life in the sea. Power in the ocean does not always mean aggression. What we fear is often simply what we do not yet understand. Tonight, we descend into their world. From tropical shallows to open ocean, from hunting grounds to the deepest slopes, we will follow the predators that have ruled these waters longer than almost any vertebrate alive today. Our journey begins with one of the most adaptable hunters in the sea, the tiger shark. Heavy, broad header, and unmistakably powerful, the tiger shark dominates many warm coastal ecosystems. Its name comes from the shadowed bars that cross the body, markings that are strongest in younger animals. With age, those stripes may fade, but the animal behind them only becomes more imposing. Large adults can exceed 5 meters, placing them among the biggest predatory sharks alive. Its body is built less for frantic pursuit than for controlled, persistent power. The tiger shark's greatest advantage is not speed, it is flexibility. Fish, rays, cephalopods, turtles, seabirds, and smaller sharks may all become food when opportunity allows. Its strongly serrated teeth are designed to grip, cut, and process remarkably tough prey. Adaptability allows it to exploit habitats that change from hour to hour. Clear water can become murky. Schools vanish. Currents reverse. The tiger shark continues searching.
As daylight weakens, another advantage begins to emerge.
Tiger sharks often become more active during darker hours, when concealment comes more easily. In reduced visibility, a massive animal can appear with almost no warning. Yet the shark is not searching blindly. Its sensory system reads information carried through water, vibration, scent, pressure, and electricity. Every movement around it becomes part of an invisible landscape. Even an animal concealed beneath sand may leave signals a shark can detect. But successful predators do not waste energy on every opportunity. Most of its life is not spent attacking. It is spent moving, assessing, and conserving energy. The image of constant violence belongs more to imagination than biology. These sharks may roam between shallow coastlines and deeper offshore habitats.
Island channels create highways where tides concentrate scent, prey, and movement.
A large shark learns to use the ocean rather than fight it.
Every stroke converts muscle into forward momentum. For an animal this large, efficiency is survival.
Life begins at a far more vulnerable scale. Tiger sharks are born live, and the young receive no prolonged parental protection.
From the beginning, instinct must replace instruction.
Young sharks are hunters, but they can also become prey. Only those able to navigate changing conditions will reach the enormous size of adulthood.
At the top of the food web, large sharks influence the behavior and distribution of other animals.
Sometimes the presence of a predator matters, even when no hunt occurs. Predation is part of a larger ecological conversation. Remove too many large predators, and that conversation can change.
For the tiger shark, the greatest modern dangers do not always have teeth.
Fishing pressure and accidental capture affect shark populations across many parts of the world.
Their survival increasingly depends on how humans choose to manage the ocean.
It is dangerous because it is powerful, not because it is evil. The tiger shark is simply doing what its ancestors have done for millions of years.
And beyond the tropics waits a predator whose silhouette has become an icon, the great white.
Few animals command the same mixture of fascination and fear.
Its colors divide the body into camouflage, dark above, pale below.
Seen from beneath, the white belly merges with sunlight. Seen from above, its darker back dissolves into the depths.
The great white is a fusion of endurance and explosive acceleration. A powerful crescent-shaped tail can convert a moment of opportunity into a sudden burst.
Despite its size, the animal can maneuver with remarkable control.
But muscle alone does not make a great hunter.
Tiny pores called ampullae of Lorenzini detect minute electrical fields produced by living animals.
A heartbeat, a muscle contraction, movement in water, each can become information. When hunting marine mammals, depth can become camouflage. The predator approaches from below, hidden against the darkness.
Then patience becomes acceleration. The entire encounter can unfold in seconds.
And almost immediately, the sea becomes quiet again.
Yet most moments in a great white's life are far less dramatic.
Like every large predator, it spends enormous amounts of time simply traveling.
Individuals can cross vast distances between feeding areas and offshore habitats. Their world has no roads, yet movement can follow remarkably consistent pathways. Temperature, prey availability, ocean structure, and internal biological rhythms help shape those journeys. Its teeth are among the most recognizable tools in nature.
Rows of replaceable serrated blades ensure that losing one tooth does not end the hunt. The weapon is impressive. The system behind it is even more remarkable.
Every element functions in harmony: fluid dynamics, sensory awareness, musculature, precision. Juveniles begin life hunting smaller prey than the adults that made the species famous.
Their diet and hunting strategy change as the shark grows.
Size opens access to larger prey, but it also increases the energy required to survive.
Even a powerful predator cannot afford endless mistakes.
Choosing when not to pursue can be as important as knowing when to strike. The ocean leaves evidence of a difficult life, scars from prey, rivals, and encounters we may never witness.
Large sharks must negotiate the presence of others without wasting precious energy. Dominance can be communicated through movement rather than battle. For all its power, a great white remains one animal inside an enormous ecosystem. Even apex predators exist within a hierarchy that can change. In nature, there is rarely such a thing as absolute rule.
Its reputation may be larger than life, but its existence remains governed by biology.
Hunger, energy, temperature, opportunity. The ocean does not create villains. It creates survivors.
Farther from land, another shark follows a very different strategy.
This is the traveler of the open sea, the blue shark.
Few sharks seem more perfectly matched to the color of their world. Its coloration turns the body itself into camouflage. From above, it disappears into the water below. From below, its lighter belly merges with the sky. Built for distance rather than brute force, the blue shark is an ocean wanderer. There may be no reef, no coast, no visible landmark for hundreds of kilometers. Out here, every unnecessary movement has a cost. Its extended fins help create a graceful, energy-efficient glide. Temperature layers and currents create invisible geography. The landscape moves, but the traveler moves with it. Squid are important prey in this wandering world. A fleeting opportunity may be enough to redirect the journey. Food appears, vanishes, and may not return for hours. Patience is not a choice here. It is a requirement.
Small fish, squid, and other pelagic animals sustain this roaming predator.
Scent can form an invisible trail extending through moving water. The shark follows information that humans cannot see. Day becomes night, but there is nowhere to stop. The journey continues in darkness. Blue sharks can move vertically through the water column, following food beyond the bright surface layer. With every meter, light weakens and pressure rises. Its life is a continual negotiation between depth, temperature, prey, and energy. Where food concentrates, multiple travelers may briefly share the same water. Then the ocean separates them again. Young blue sharks begin the same uncertain journey as the adults before them. Storms above may transform currents below. The ocean that looks violent from the air can feel strangely ordered beneath the waves. But the open ocean contains dangers no shark evolved to recognize. Blue sharks are frequently caught in offshore fisheries, including as unintended catch.
Far from coastlines, much of this pressure remains invisible to most people.
Distance hides both the beauty of the open ocean and the consequences of what happens there. This animal is not defined by attack. It is defined by movement. A predator shaped by an environment with no walls. Always searching. Always conserving. Always moving.
Closer to warmer seas, evolution has built one of its strangest sensory machines.
The hammerhead silhouette is unlike anything else in the ocean.
Its extraordinary head is called a cephalofoil.
What appears bizarre to us is an exquisitely functional design. Widely spaced eyes expand visual coverage around the animal. But vision is only part of the advantage. Across this broad surface are electroreceptors, capable of detecting extremely weak signals. A ray can hide from eyes beneath the seabed. It cannot hide its electricity.
The shark converts an invisible signal into a precise location.
It is hunting through sensory geometry.
The largest hammerheads can reach impressive size, yet their unusual heads remain remarkably maneuverable.
Cephalofoil may also contribute to lift and turning control. A wide head does not make the shark clumsy. It becomes part of the steering system. But another hammerhead behavior is even more surprising. In certain regions, scalloped hammerheads gather in groups that can number in the hundreds. For animals imagined as solitary hunters, the sight is extraordinary. Bodies appear from every direction, suspended above the deep. These gatherings often occur around islands, seamounts, and productive oceanic structures.
Underwater mountains reshape currents and concentrate life.
A place that looks empty on a map can become a crossroads beneath the surface. Exactly why large groups form can depend on species, location, reproduction, migration, and environmental conditions. Young hammerheads may depend on productive coastal nursery grounds. Shallow habitats can provide food and relative refuge during vulnerable stages of life. Even the ocean's most unusual predators begin life small.
Growth eventually draws them toward larger hunting grounds.
Predator and prey share the same landscape, each reading the other. Every advantage creates a counter-strategy.
Hide deeper. Move sooner. Remain still.
Expand the search. Sharpen your perception. Minimize the loss.
Evolution never stops answering itself.
Yet hammerheads face intense pressure from fisheries in many regions.
Their distinctive fins have also made them targets in the international shark fin trade. A gathering that looks endless can be more fragile than it appears.
Strange, powerful, and exquisitely adapted.
But not every giant shark survives by hunting large prey. The largest fish alive is a shark, but not the predator many expect.
The whale shark moves through warm seas with astonishing calm.
Skin carries a constellation unique to the individual.
A giant sustained largely by tiny prey.
Plankton, small fishes, and other drifting organisms can transform an empty-looking sea into a banquet. Water enters the mouth, while specialized filtering structures retain food. Its enormous body is powered by the smallest links in the marine food web.
Scale and aggression are not the same thing.
Beside a whale shark, a human appears almost insignificant.
Yet the giant advances with extraordinary economy.
Seasonal feeding opportunities can draw whale sharks to productive tropical regions.
Where food concentrates, otherwise roaming animals may gather. The ocean's largest fish becomes the center of a moving ecosystem. Even other animals use the giant as transport, shelter, or feeding opportunity.
But much of its life occurs beyond human observation. Long migrations and deep dives continue to reveal how little we know.
A single individual may cross immense stretches of ocean. Borders mean nothing here. Only currents, temperature, food, and ancient biological rhythms define the route. Despite decades of study, important parts of whale shark reproduction remain difficult to observe in the wild.
The biggest fish on Earth still carries secrets. Its size cannot protect it from every modern threat.
Ship strikes can injure animals that spend time near the surface. Fishing activity and entanglement add further pressure. Slow-growing species have little room for rapid population loss. The gentle giant reminds us that sharks cannot be understood through fear alone. One lineage produced an ambush predator. Another produced this.
Different solutions, written on the same ancient foundation.
Deeper still, that foundation becomes stranger. At the edge of darkness waits an animal commonly called a ghost shark. Despite the name, the ghost shark is not a true shark.
It belongs to an ancient branch of cartilaginous fishes known as chimeras.
Their lineage separated from the ancestors of modern sharks hundreds of millions of years ago.
Today, many live far below the familiar world of sunlight.
At these depths, vision becomes limited and encounters become rare.
Large eyes capture what little light exists.
Its appearance seems almost spectral, a fitting reason for its common name. But beneath the strange appearance lies another efficient sensory system.
Electroreception helps reveal animals hidden in the seabed.
Crustaceans, worms, and mollusks can vanish from sight. Their electrical signatures remain.
Unlike the slicing teeth of many sharks, chimeras possess crushing tooth plates.
Different prey required a different tool.
Some species also carry a defensive spine near the dorsal fin.
In the darkness, survival favors defenses that cost little energy.
Food can be sparse, temperatures low, and change painfully slow.
There is no reason to hurry when every calorie matters.
Its movement is more like hovering than chasing.
Chimeras reproduce by laying egg cases that develop in the cold deep-sea environment.
Here, a new generation begins, almost completely unseen.
The difficulty of studying deep habitats means many questions remain unanswered.
An animal may appear for seconds, then disappear for years from scientific observation. The ocean can hide an entire lineage in plain darkness.
Then suddenly, the past swims back into view. Not a monster, not a ghost, a survivor. Its strangeness belongs not to fantasy, but to evolution. And this is only the beginning of the deep. Hundreds of meters below, another ancient body waits. Predator whose shape seems borrowed from a prehistoric sea. The Frilled Shark. Few living sharks appear as ancient as this.
6 pairs of elaborate gill openings give the species its name.
Its body resembles an eel more than the familiar silhouette of a modern shark. Flexibility becomes part of its hunting strategy. Inside the mouth are hundreds of slender, backward-pointing teeth.
They are built less for slicing than for preventing slippery prey from escaping.
In a world of scarce meals, losing captured prey can be disastrous. The shark conserves energy until distance favors action. Then stillness becomes a sudden burst. Deep-sea encounters are brief because energy is precious. Its prey includes squid and fishes adapted to the same dark environment. At depth, every animal occupies an enormous world with relatively little food. Organic particles descend from the world above like slow underwater snow. Life here depends on energy arriving from somewhere else. Speed is useful only when it earns more energy than it consumes. Efficiency becomes the dominant rule. Steep slopes and submarine canyons can channel prey into narrow corridors. A patient predator can turn geography into opportunity. The shark does not need to see everything. It only needs enough information to make the next decision. Its secretive habitat leaves much of its behavior difficult to observe.
Researchers may explore vast areas before encountering a single individual.
Rarity of observation does not mean absence. It means the deep ocean still keeps secrets from us. The Frilled Shark demonstrates how long a successful design can endure. Evolution does not replace what continues to work. Sometimes, ancient solutions remain alive. And some ancient solutions grew much larger. A heavy predator rises from the deep. The blunt-nosed Sixgill Shark.
This shark carries a body plan linked to very old branches of shark evolution. Its most obvious signature is the presence of 6 gill slits, rather than the 5 found in most living sharks.
Built broad and heavy, it appears designed for endurance rather than high-speed pursuit. Large individuals become imposing presences in the darkness. During daylight, sixgills may remain hundreds of meters beneath the surface. After darkness falls, some move upward into shallower water. Migration follows another movement, the vertical rhythm of prey. Every night, enormous numbers of animals rise toward the surface. Ancient predators follow the same nightly highway. Vision in such darkness demands sensitivity rather than color. Smell and other senses extend awareness beyond what the eye can reveal. The sixgill is an opportunist. Fish, squid, other sharks, and carrion can all provide energy. In the deep ocean, refusing available food can be a fatal luxury. Its lower teeth form broad, comb-like cutting surfaces. The upper teeth help grip and control. Simple tools, refined over immense time. The environment around it may change slowly, but scarcity remains constant. Here, the next meal may be separated by kilometers of darkness. Every motion must justify itself.
Young sharks enter a world where even members of their own broader community can become threats.
Growing larger changes the balance. Eventually, size itself becomes protection.
A long life leaves its history across the body. Scientists still know relatively little about many aspects of deep-water shark biology. The darkness protects secrets more effectively than any wall. One moment, a giant fills the frame.
The next, nothing.
But even the Atlantic sixgill shark is not the strangest hunter below.
That distinction may belong to the Goblin Shark.
Few sharks look less familiar
than the Goblin Shark. Structure carries sensory organs that help investigate a world with little light.
Its soft body suggests an animal built for slow, deep-water movement, not sustained, high-speed pursuit. But hidden beneath that strange face is one of the most dramatic feeding mechanisms among sharks. When prey enters range, the shark does not need a long chase. Its jaws can shoot forward with astonishing speed. Ligaments and jaw mechanics turn the mouth into a rapidly extending trap. Then the entire system folds back beneath the snout.
Violent speed lasting a fraction of a second inside an otherwise slow life.
In the deep sea, that contrast makes sense. Prey is too scarce to chase endlessly.
Better to wait, detect, approach, and strike only when success is close. Vision is only one channel of information.
The face is also a sensory platform.
Evolution has transformed its strangest feature into equipment.
Goblin sharks have been recorded across deep continental margins around the world. Rare sightings do not mean the species exists in only one small place.
Problem is access.
Humans can observe only a narrow window of the habitat at any one time.
When one enters that window, the encounter can look almost extraterrestrial.
But every feature belongs to Earth.
A strange face is simply a familiar evolutionary principle taken in another direction. Form follows function.
And function follows environment. Far above this patient hunter lives its opposite. A shark designed not for waiting, but for speed. Predator shaped like a living projectile.
The Shortfin Mako. Among sharks, the Shortfin Mako is synonymous with speed.
Its entire profile seems engineered to reduce resistance. A narrow caudal peduncle and powerful tail transfer muscle into acceleration.
Speed matters because its prey can be fast too. Open ocean fishes offer no reef or rock behind which a predator can hide.
The solution is pursuit.
Close the distance before the opportunity disappears.
But speed must still be rationed. Maximum performance cannot be maintained forever.
The Mako maintains a high-performance physiology suited to active pelagic life. Its body can retain metabolic heat in key tissues, supporting powerful swimming.
Yet the racetrack has no finish line. The shark must cross huge distances between opportunities.
Efficiency remains essential, even for one of the fastest sharks alive.
Speed is a tool, not a lifestyle.
The ocean decides when the tool becomes necessary. And when that moment comes, hesitation costs more than energy.
The hunt leaves almost no trace. Powerful does not mean invulnerable.
Vast pelagic sharks overlap with some of the world's largest fisheries. Hooks designed for other large fish can also catch sharks. A predator capable of extraordinary acceleration cannot outrun every human pressure.
Its speed inspires admiration. Its vulnerability should inspire responsibility.
In warmer oceans, another hunter survives through patience and boldness, the Oceanic Whitetip.
Far from shore, this shark occupies one of Earth's most unforgiving habitats.
There is almost nowhere to hide.
Its broad fins create the unmistakable silhouette behind its name.
The Oceanic Whitetip is built to patrol. Food can be separated by immense distances. Anything unusual in the open ocean can deserve investigation.
Small companions sometimes travel alongside the predator. In empty water, sensitivity and curiosity can determine whether an opportunity is found or missed.
Pelagic fish provide valuable but unpredictable prey.
The shark investigates before committing valuable energy.
A failed opportunity becomes another kilometer of searching.
Night removes even the horizon.
But the hunter continues.
Weather transforms the surface, but rarely stops the movement beneath it.
Below the waves, the ocean follows its own rhythm.
Its reputation was forged partly through rare human encounters in an environment where both food and shelter are scarce. But its natural history is larger than those stories. This is an ocean predator performing an ecological role. And like many pelagic sharks, it has suffered from intense fishing pressure.
An animal once encountered widely can become uncommon within a human lifetime.
Absence is difficult to photograph.
Sometimes the missing German Shepherd is the most important part of the picture.
Protecting sharks means protecting the systems that still allow them to return.
A ruler of the open ocean, powerful only as long as the ocean remains capable of sustaining it. But one famous shark refuses to remain only in the ocean. The bull shark thrives where many large sharks rarely venture.
Estuaries create one of nature's most difficult boundaries between saltwater and fresh.
For most marine fishes, crossing that boundary is physiologically dangerous. The bull shark possesses physiological adaptations that allow it to tolerate dramatic changes in salinity. It can move between the sea, estuaries, and in some cases far into freshwater systems.
Few large sharks can follow.
The bull shark is compact, muscular, and powerfully built.
Its environment often prevents long-range visual hunting. Instead, close-range sensory information becomes critical.
Movement can reveal what murk water hides. Reaction must be fast. But once again, most of life is spent between hunts.
Estuaries can be extraordinarily productive ecosystems.
Food is abundant, but visibility is limited, and conditions change with every tide.
Adaptability becomes the shark's greatest weapon. Its ability to use coastal habitats also brings it closer to human activity. Shared habitat increases the possibility of encounters. But proximity does not mean every shark is searching for a person.
Its normal prey belongs to the ecosystem around it.
Understanding habitat is essential to understanding risk.
Fear simplifies.
Biology explains. The bull shark is not frightening because it breaks nature's rules. It is remarkable because it has evolved to master rules that defeat most others.
And our final hunter carries one of the ocean's most extraordinary weapons behind it. The Thresher Shark is impossible to mistake.
Its elongated upper tail transforms the familiar shark silhouette into something extraordinary.
The tail is more than decoration. Against schooling prey, it becomes a hunting tool.
First, the shark positions itself around the moving mass.
Thousands of individual anchovies become one shifting target. Then the body flexes.
The extended tail accelerates through the school.
A single movement can stun or disorient prey. The shark then returns to collect the opportunity it created.
It is a strategy unlike the bite-first attacks associated with many sharks.
Same structure used gently for swimming can become a weapon in an instant.
Again, specialized anatomy solves a specific ecological problem.
Different thresher species occupy different parts of the open ocean environment.
Some make use of deeper, darker water as part of their daily lives.
Even a dramatic feature can almost disappear in blue darkness. Then dawn redraws the animal in silver. Every shark we have followed carries a different answer to survival. Speed, strength, sensitivity, patience, adaptability. No single weapon rules every ocean.
The tiger succeeds through versatility.
The great white combines patience with explosive power. The blue shark survives through distance and efficiency. The hammerhead turns an extraordinary head into sensory advantage.
And still, these are only fragments of the shark world. Some sharks became giants without becoming hunters of large animals. Some relatives followed an ancient evolutionary road into darkness. Some retained forms that appear older than imagination. Some carry characteristics linked to shark lineages of a distant past. Some evolved jaws that can reach toward prey.
And some turn the water itself into a racetrack.
The word shark describes not one design, but an extraordinary range of adaptations. For hundreds of millions of years, these animals have been woven into marine ecosystems. Predators and prey do not exist as separate stories.
They shape one another. Remove a species, and effects can travel beyond what we immediately see.
Today, fishing pressure remains one of the greatest threats facing many sharks. Some are targeted, others are caught unintentionally.
Slow growth and delayed reproduction can make population losses difficult to replace.
Their future depends less on whether we fear them,
and more on whether we understand them.
They are hunters, travelers, scavengers, filter feeders, specialists, and survivors. From the brightest reef to the deepest slope, every layer of the ocean has written a different version of the shark. Long after our lights leave the deep, these ancient animals will continue moving through a world we have barely begun to explore.
They are not monsters waiting beneath the waves. They are the ancient rulers of a living ocean.